Today's goal is to see if this thing will start, crank, run, whatever. So I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod and we'll check the fluid, the oil. I'll check the coolant in the radiator. Obviously the overflow bottle is crispy as always. And there's no gas in it, so it is completely empty. So we'll go ahead and put some gas in it. And we'll see what happens. You guys think it'll run? Think it'll start? And then it's got a nice full Yoshi on there. Looks like it's got the pipe all the way down. These spiders, there's a bunch of spiders on here and they've been busy last night building webs. It's missing the springs for the pipe. You can see that, but I don't know if I can get those or not. Anyway, let's clean these spider webs off because I'm not dealing with these guys. And we'll check the fluids. We'll put some gas in it, and I need to put a battery in it. I've got a crap battery that, I pulled out a bike. We'll see if it'll have enough juice to start this thing. So give me a minute, and I'll get back to you. All right, we'll start with the oil. We'll see if there's any oil in there. A lot of times this stuff will settle because it hasn't been run in a while. So let's just see if there's anything in there, and then once we get it started, we'll check it again. There's just a tad in there. I mean, it looks clean, but let's see what happens. I'm guessing all the oil's in the case, so we got a little bit of oil in there. Let's go to the other side and check the coolant. All right. These fenders are pretty bent up. Normally you can't get to the coolant this easy and see in there, but it's wet. Let's see. Yeah, I mean there's something in there. I don't know if it's water, if it's coolant. Feels like coolant. It's not just like a dry. It's got some lubrication to it, so that's why I'm saying it's coolant, not just water. Oh, there are a lot of brackets that are broken on this thing. What is it? It's got like a horn hanging here. I don't know. But let's get some gas in this thing and a battery, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's get some fuel in this bad girl. And then, what do we got here? Cloud foam. Must be so if you drop it in the water, it doesn't sink. So there's some coolant in there, there's some oil in there, and we'll deal with that later. Pour some gas in there. The tank is empty. I don't see anything in it. Maybe just a little bit of dirt, but we'll take care of that at a later time. Just gonna pour a little bit in here. I don't wanna find a leak and then have a whole bunch of gas pouring out, so we'll get just enough in there to put on reserve and go from there. Go get some more fuel today for everything. All right, let's get this battery out of here. Battery will be next. Grab some tools. All right. Oh, that is not the right size. I always think that's a 12. It's always a 10. Never changes. I never learn. Those definitely aren't the right bolts, but whatever. All right, that is out. Let's get this battery out. What that wire is for. All that blue stuff is from the bottom of the seat. Alright, let's slide this thing out of here. Let's see. It's got a date on there. It's always nice to see if there's a date on the batteries. That way you can get an idea of when they were changed. So J6, I guess in June, July 2006. And this is my backup battery that I use just to get by. And the terminal ends aren't correct for this model, but it'll still work. You guys think this will start? I'm gonna say, yeah, she'll start. Or she'll at least crank over and attempt to start. But we shall see here in a minute. Let's see if we got power. We got power. Alright, I'll move you guys over here. And let's see what happens. Not expecting much, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and put this on prime. That way we can definitely get some fuel in there. Jesus, that gas tank's all jammed up against the thing. Get it all smashed. Is the wrong petcock in there? I think it is. Huh. Alright, so let's get it on prime. See what happens here. So we got a twist throttle on this thing, which I hate, but it is what it is. Is in here. Is there a reserve? Oh yeah, this thing is so, it's not the right one because it's all jammed up against the frame. So I'm trying to get it on reserve, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Alright, see what happens. to the other position. Try that one there. These damn grips, you can see, are all melted. Just gonna put a glove over this thing because I keep touching it, and then I keep getting it all over me. I just took it off and the residual. Bump up the idle a little bit. She runs. Now I'm going to go through this thing and just start making a list of everything it needs. The engine sounds all right. Let's get it running. Choke, about full choke. So I think she just needs a carb clean, an air filter, service, some grips, tires. This is probably the least troubled one. It says the DVX needs a clutch. So we'll see what happens. Kicked on, so we should be good there. Next thing we need to do is try to get this thing out, see if it goes through all the gears. Alright, so I got extra wheels, tires laying around here, so I'm going to go ahead and swap these out with some other ones. That way I have round tires, not flat tires. And that way I can take this thing for a ride down the street just to see if the clutch is bad. He says the Arctic Cat has the bad clutch, but I just want to confirm that. I don't know if it really has a bad clutch in the Arctic Cat, but we'll do the same thing when we get that one up on the lift. We'll swap the tires out and we'll drive that one down the road to see if it's slipping, if it's what's going on with it. This one's probably going to be needing the least of stuff. I know the Arctic Cat's going to need a fender or 2 or 3 or 4. I know I can still get those. Hopefully everything else is in good shape. But let's get this one checked out for sure. Make sure that this one's pretty much easy stuff and just kind of basic wear and tear stuff. And I'll have him order parts for this one, and then I'll get on that DVX and see what that one needs. So I mounted up some tires and wheels that I had, and we're gonna go ride this thing. We'll see what happens. Let's see if it goes through all the gears. Kind of hoping it goes through all the gears, and this one will be an easy just to service and some minor parts. Well, she goes through all the gears, so it just needs to be adjusted. And we'll service it up. Let's check this oil again. So it does ride through all the gears, not an issue. You just need to adjust some fender brackets and stuff, replace them because it's holding the reverse. The oil, that looks pretty full. Looks pretty clean. So definitely don't have any water pump issues there. So we can go ahead and get this one looked over, give them some prices on this one, and I don't think this one's going to be a whole lot of money. Definitely, you know, these coolant bottles, they sit out in the sun for a little bit too long, and then they just start getting crispy. I mean, you can hear it just crunching, and it's pretty much got a hole in it down here. Let's see, so definitely need to address that. So I'm gonna get carb kit on this one. The fuel petcock, I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's the wrong one. Because the tank is, I don't know if the tank is all the way down. No, the tank is kind of up. But I'm gonna get a new one anyway because I need to clean out that the tank itself. And whatever happened here, looks like it might have rolled or something. We'll order this bracket up, a little bushing there, and we need both the bolts for the front there, missing there. And I don't see anything else that's real crazy. No frame damage I can see. Everything looks pretty straight. I don't see any bad welds, broken brackets. And this one should be an easy cleanup service. Just make sure the shifter's not broken there. It's kind of looking over common things, you know, that might occur. That looks like the original bolt in the reservoir. So, yeah, this one's gonna be a battery, carb clean, spark plug, oil filter, coolant reservoir, some minor brackets, bolts, whatnot, and some grips. And then I'm gonna see if he wants to take this 6-pack rack off here because it's bent here. And if you look over here, it's really bent. So this is all bent out. Should just be straight. So it's just causing more harm than good. So there's that. I will see if I can find the springs for here. He's missing both those, but I probably gonna have a hard time finding those. So we'll have to maybe just leave that alone. But everything else works. Like I said, he's gonna need new bolts, clips. See, like this side's missing, the other side's missing this little bushing, this little rubber bushing. And we'll take this horn off. I don't even see a spot for a horn. And we'll see if he wants to leave this twist throttle on or if he wants to replace it with a thumb throttle. It's kind of one of those things. And that looks like it's cracked there on the bracket, but we should still be able to get it to mount up and hold. And yeah, it looks like the gas tank is above. I don't know if you guys can see. It's supposed to slide right into that slot, and it looks like it's up there. So not a big deal. So I'll just make him a parts list and a labor list, and we'll kind of go from there. And he can either order the parts himself and have them sent to me, or I can order them and he can just sell me the money for that. I didn't check to see if the lights work. The front ones do, I know that. I don't know. We got tail light. Yeah, we got tail light. Let's see if we got a brake light. Brake light. Handbrake light. It's no foot brake light. There it goes. So I just need to adjust this because this isn't allowing it to light up. Not a big deal. But other than that, we can clean this one up nicely, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my list together, let him know on this one, and then we got that DVX over there to look at next. And I'm gonna try to see if these ones will hold air. I don't know if they will or not, but let's find out. The other ones on the Z400 were definitely dry rotted and trashed. See what happens. Find them. check the other side. You guys think this one will run? I'm surprised to see. Yeah, LTZ started up. Let me get the battery out of this LTZ and we'll put it in this this Arctic Cat, and we'll put some gas in it. All right, let's get the battery in this one and see what happens. Definitely gonna need batteries, that's for sure. Get some bolts. Negative wire on here. So it looks like it's got a Canon dry charger and a Canon, I think, air filter inside. See what happens with this one. Alright, so we got power. Let's check the oil on this one before we start it. Let's go ahead and raise her up. Move you guys out of the way. See if we got any oil in this one. Probably gonna be the same dilemma where it's been sitting for a while and got a little bit of oil on there. Looks pretty clean. Let's get some gas in her. We'll see what happens.
Again, coolant bottle. It's crusty. I don't want to poke it because there's coolant in it. We'll go ahead and drop this back down. All right, let's get some gas in it. See what happens. This one got some. Yeah, it's got a little bit of gas in there. Let's just go ahead and run it. That's what we got in it. I already know it's bad gas, so I don't know how much we can do with it. No, we are neutral. Let's tight. Let me check the coolant real quick. There is coolant in there. This is for the light brake switch here, but that's been pulled tight. It's like we got aftermarket handlebars on there. I don't know what kind they are. Maybe those are OEM. I don't know. It's just cheap ass bars. That's why this brake switch isn't going through to reach it. It's just they're too long. So might have to adjust those, but let's see if she'll fire up. You guys think she'll fire? Let's hope so. Let's put this on prime as well. Throttle's pretty stiff. Let's try it on. Reserve, yeah. There's not much gas in it. This stuff stinks. Let's go ahead and pour some more fresh gas in there because I don't have enough to go ride it around. See if the clutch really slips. Use up all this gas because I'm gonna get some fresh gas anyway. Surprised they both ran. She don't want to run no more. on again. Let's try prime. I think prime's gonna be our only option. Interesting. And give it a run. Flooded her. Try it on, see what happens. Well, she started. I need to get her running so I can drive it. All right, so it looks like we're not getting gas anymore. Normally when you turn this to prime, it should just free flow out of there. There's plenty of gas in it. So my guess is this petcock is all screwed up. So let's take this apart, and it's gonna probably make a mess, but at least we can see why it's plugged up or something. My guess is it's just not allowing the fuel to flow through. So hopefully we don't make too much of a mess, but let's check this out. Get some gloves on here because I just have this feeling it's going to be some nasty fuel in there. I don't have a feeling, I know. I can smell it. See what happens here. My guess is it's just the valve. Probably broken. Now I'm going to pull this off just so I can see if the gas starts flowing out of there. See what kind of happens here. As on prime, it should just be flowing out of there. I got nothing. I'm gonna bet this petcock is all screwed up. Better get the big pan out just in case. I need a bunch of fuel flying everywhere. See what happens. Probably not the best idea, but you know what? I guess my only other option is to grab another petcock off another bike and go from there. See what happens. O-ring. We're gonna replace this petcock anyway. Oh yeah, there she goes. I think she's just stopped up. See if we can get it to free up a little bit and maybe get some fuel flowing through there again. I don't know. Doesn't look too promising, but I think she's just really backed up. If I got her, I'll grab one of my other tanks and throw it on there for now. So I really need to ride this, like I said, before I can give him prices on stuff. 'Cause he says the clutch is out, and I want to make sure the clutch is out rather than just tearing it down. I mean, I need to confirm that it's out before I tear it down. Alright, so let's do this. So when I put on prime, we should definitely have some fuel flowing through there, but we don't. So I'm gonna try blowing some air through there, see what happens. I mean, all I need is it to free up just for a little bit so I can I got nothing. Nothing. Alright, so on that note, I mean, my only other option is to tilt this bike that way and try to keep as much gas in there as I can and change the petcock out. I mean, I should have free flow on prime. Let's see what happens. Not a damn thing. I mean, it doesn't look like it's plugged up there. The screens are clear, but you never know what's going on in that tube. Shit. Let's go for the gold and see what happens when I pull this off. Oh wait, we're starting to get some flow through there now. Is that just because I'm undoing this? Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Let's run with that. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's fuel flowing. It's not a whole lot, but I mean, like I said, I just need to get this thing running just so I can drive it for a little bit. That's all my goal is. See what happens. Fuel. Oh, there we go. That might do it. Yeah, this thing's the petcock's all fucked up. So let's see if we can get this, see if we can just get it running for a little bit. definitely have to get 2 new petcocks for these bikes. Alright, let's see what happens we got fuel again. Yeah, we got fuel. We got fuel on this one. Let's try it on reserve, see what happens if we run. It's on reserve now. Let's find out. Yep, see? Well, if we go to prime, just leave it on prime. I mean, we know it's flowing fuel on prime. Killing me. Ready to go. so I'm gonna change the petcock. This one looks like it's pretty plugged up. If you look in there, that thing is plugged solid. That's just a vacuum, but I mean, the other ones look all right, but I mean, it's not getting any vacuum. Maybe if I just clean that out, see what happens. Gonna go from there. Finally got this thing running. I ended up having just to change the tank from the yellow one to this one. It's basically the same bike, so it fits right in there. So I did get it to run, confirmed that the clutch is slipping really bad. So we definitely need a clutch, and amongst some other things, coolant bottle, oil change, carb rebuild. I'm gonna recommend just putting this back to stock in there. I mean, you guys can see when you guys take these things out, these tubes here, it just fills everything with dirt. I mean, if you guys want to change your air filter every time you go out, clean it off, then so be it. But I don't recommend doing it. When you have that snorkel up there, it's more indirect, and you know, you're not riding behind people and the air is just getting sucked in right there and clogging up your filter. You know, riding with the lid off, I guess, is one thing. I don't recommend that either. But this does have the pre-filter on there. I mean, if you guys are gonna want to ride with the lid off, I recommend just going and get something like this. You know, keeps the dust out a little bit better, and that way you don't end up needing rings shortly after, with all that dirt getting in there, plugging up your carb, fouling out your motor, and all that jazz. But I'm gonna write up a parts list with this one as well, and I will send it to him, and we can kind of go from there. But this one definitely needs a lot more work than the other one. Just doing to the clutches, I'm gonna recommend doing the water pump since we're gonna be in there already. Might as well, it's not gonna hurt anything. So, now, if you guys ever want to go from a DVX to the LTZ plastics, everything is the same. You'll just need the brackets for the back. You'll need the brackets for the front. And I do believe, yeah, that looks the same up there for the headlight. So they will all fit, I guarantee you that. I know they don't make the body anymore, at least in red, so I'll see if they have a black or green or whatever, because he wanted to replace all the plastics on these bikes. And I mean, I told him just for the Suzuki you're probably looking at $1,500 to $1,800, and you know, it's not badly priced for the parts. It's the shipping is where they get you, because it's oversized. So, you know, I'll kind of go from there with him and see what he wants to do, how nice he wants these bikes to look. I mean, once I clean them up, polish them up, get all this dirt and nastiness off, they'll look a lot better. But I mean, like, I can't do anything with the broken plastics. I mean, I can plastic weld them, but I mean, like, this thing, you know, I can't really do much with that. Maybe just glue it in there for him. I don't know. These handlebars he's got on here, I don't know what they are, but they're definitely too big for this bike. I don't think there's an OEM, because they should just be like the Suzuki ones, but like the brake lever, the connector for the brake light doesn't reach, so those bars are pretty, they're pretty big. And I'm gonna recommend changing those as well. Tires seem to be holding air, so I don't know if he's gonna want to replace those or not, but we'll see. So stay tuned for some more videos on this, and we'll get this thing cleaned up, running good, and looking good.